okay, I should go now.
And he escapes out of a drainage pipe.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It's Bruce and Alfred at the end, and then Andrea's on a boat going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the Joker's nowhere to be found.
But he's the Joker. He's not dead.
Like, that's the thing. They never
have to. Yeah, no, the Joker never dies. In the comics, it's hard to explain whether he has or not, because they haven't explained it to us yet.
Because at what point in this is this part of the series? Because
it's never referenced again.
No, what I'm saying is, this is whilst the series is going on.
Yeah.
So the Joker appears again.
Yeah,
so
but
it's like,
I don't know if it's... I mean, I don't know if any of these stories are in continuity, because they don't reference each other.
Right.
They never... None of the episodes reference any of the other episodes. They're in their own little world every time. So I don't know.
And then
and I can't remember the sequel, because I meant to read it right before we started, and I forgot to do it. I can't remember.
The last image we see is Batman, just be a Batman, going through the city and looking for crime.
Batman. Yeah.
And that's the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. What do you want to say?
I mean, it's part of, one of the best things Batman that's ever been.
It is.
The
animated series is the best interpretation of Batman you're ever going to find. Is this movie an accurate representation of the TV series? Yes and no. There are moments in it, mostly the things that we kind of made fun of, that are a little bit too off, if that makes any sense. Even though, it's made by the same people who made the series at the same time, it's still a little off. I had the date. You didn't need that.
Either
I know
way,
it in my head. But yeah, it's a little strange. It is a little strange.
But that's kind of how Batman is in both this show and what we'll get to in the next couple weeks with these movies of all these media interpretations, whether it's a television or a movie, never really this is Batman.
Yeah, no, and that's why I say the animated series as the TV series is the best interpretation outside of the comics, because you're not going to find anything else that's better. The TV series does an excellent job of giving you what's good about Batman and adapting it to...
Well, because it's made by people who actually read the comics.
Write the comics as well.
And write the comics. So, that's the thing. All these movies, we'll get to it, but these directors and producers...
No, I mean...
I don't know if they've ever read a Batman comic book. We know for a fact that...
He read one.
Yeah.
Tim Burton read one, and I'll get to that next week.
You know what I mean?
It down. But yeah, he read one. But yeah, it's not... this is the only one that is made by comic book fans who are fans of the character, so they did what they did. The movie does not represent it well. And that's not to say it's bad. No, it's fantastic. But I don't think it represents the character as well as the TV series did.
As far as ratings go, I'm going to give this 8 Go Ham World Fairs out of 10. Again, it's really, really, really fucking good. And if you've seen the animated series and maybe haven't seen Phantasm, because it's not a guarantee that everyone who watched the animated series then watched Phantasm. No. Given the box office of
Phantasm. In all fairness, I didn't go to the theater either. I saw it on video for the first time, and I've always loved it, because I will also give it... I can't think of one to use. 8 brooding Batmans out of 10 as well, because it is a fantastic, fantastic film. It's absolutely worth your time. Don't let the animation part fool you, because some people won't watch animation, which I don't understand, because this cartoon is absolutely beautiful.
Some people just animation isn't their bag.
Yeah, but I think this is one of those ones that can transcend. It just looks fantastic. But that being said, I still think the TV series captured it slightly better. This one has a little odd notes, a little bit of liberties with Bruce Wayne as a whole. Of Bruce Wayne's not gonna in any version I've ever known.
You're not my real dad, Arthur.
Yeah,
Alfred.
Yeah, no, he has done that kind of, but he's
not
always
to
done
that
it. No, he's done it in a joking sense, and he's not gonna fucking tell his parents is it okay for me to not be Batman? He's well aware that what he's doing is weird. Batman is well aware. This is what he wants to do, but he understands his parents wanted him to be, married and happy and all that shit. They didn't want this for him.
Yeah.
He knows that. So the weirdness of him talking to the cemetery and arguing with no one. But I want to do it is weird.
Yeah.
And it takes me out of it a little bit.
As far as MVPs are concerned, I'm going to give it to Alfred.
Okay.
Mainly for the that joke of him just kind of like, oh god, and then the whole him having like, I type a bottom. Plus, I really do enjoy it. It's kind of an extension of the animated series. I think Alfred. This is one of like, if again, we'll get into the argument of the next week of the Michael Goth of it all.
Yes,
like that's probably the best Alfred, but the animated series Alfred was always like up there, like either right behind or.
Well, for me,
parallel.
And I mean, I'm not going to jump, but I will say that this is my favorite interpretation of Alfred. And I love Alfred Pennyworth. I think he's one of the most underrated characters in comics because he is the most reliable, one of the strongest. I love Alfred.
Easily one of the best sidekicks of all time.
Oh, certainly. And I love him as a character. However, my MVP is going to be the Joker.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, he's not a main character. And
yeah, he's only in, like, he only shows up about...
Yeah.
He shows up halfway through this movie, and then isn't only in, like, half of that half.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's one of those things where Mark Hamill, just being as good as he is...
Well, every scene that he's in, right?
He just basically just goes, well, that was a nice little movie you had there. I'm going to take this now, and it's mine. And he does. He chews up all the scenery. He becomes the focus, and that's probably why they didn't want to use him that much, because he just becomes the focus. And it is his movie once it starts, because he is that fucking good. And yeah, I couldn't not say that he was the star of the show or the MVP of the whole thing because, I mean, what can you say? He is so damn good in this movie.
And that concludes this week's episode. But we are just getting started with the Batman as we will start to delve into the late 80s and throughout the 90s, first 4 Batman films.
Yeah, the Burton Schumacher run of Batman films.
That will have varying degrees of returns.
Yeah.
Some of our opinions will be controversial.
Oh,
I'm sure.
I can definitely guarantee some of my opinions are going to be controversial as fuck because I've seen it in the real world.
Yes. But we will begin with the first Batman as we go way back for the 30th anniversary.
Yes.
Because it was June 19th, 1989.
Also the 80th anniversary of the character.
And the 80th anniversary of the character. Another reason why we're doing it, to be honest with you. And we will cover Batman. Yep. It's just
Batman.
Just Batman.
Just Batman. Now it's been
Jack
called
Nicholson,
Batman.
Michael Keaton, Batman.
Yeah. It was, I mean, they call it Batman 89 because of the 66, but let's face it, it's the first Batman movie. No one talks about
because, like, when
66.
you say, oh, Batman,
yeah,
you know you're
everyone's
talking
going,
about
like, that's the movie.
Keaton, Nicholson, Batman.
Exactly.
Right? And yes, like Steve said, the notes will be
long. I've done them.
And
they're
strong.
Long. They're fucking long. There's a lot
he
to
will
talk
have
about.
his director's cut.
Because, like I said with the Nightmare on Elm Street, I had to do a lot of digging to get the Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. This movie was a fucking phenomenon. It was well documented, the making of this movie.
His cup runneth over.
Yeah, it was very easy to find information. I didn't try hard. I just had to do the effort of putting it into somewhat, and I do say somewhat, coherent notes. Because there's so much, there was only so much I could do as far as making it coherent. I apologize in advance, is all I'm going to say on that.
So we will get to all the Batman goodness next week. But for this week,
yes,
you were Steve.
You were Justin.
And we're way back and gone.
Chucky Saw.